What's up, YouTube? This is Chandler. I'm leaving the office this Sunday. I had to come by the office to treat a couple of cushions that I want to get ready for next week. But I'm sharing this video because I'm going to start a series on solving the riddle. So it's basically going to be solving the cleaning riddle. So a lot of people like to get into the carpet cleaning business or the upholstery cleaning business or tile and grout cleaning business. Just basically in-home cleaning or commercial cleaning business. And guys jump out and they get equipment, they get trucks. And they sometimes don't, or they'll start marketing, and sometimes education is the lowest on the total pole, and they get education after they screwed up a few things. So this is some of the language that we use, some of the experienced cleaners use in describing the newbies. And but I want to start a series solving the cleaning riddle. Okay. So the angle that I'm going to be coming from is that I'm a small cleaning business. As you guys know, I focus on high-end fabrics. I'm a fine fabric specialist and a master textile specialist, a master textile pro. So I focus on those things, and that you'll learn why later on. But anyway, that's my gifting and where I'm enjoying it the most. But this video is live, meaning that I haven't edited or anything, and I'm driving home. So I wanted to start. This has been on my mind to do it. And the reason why on YouTube, as I've explained before in some videos, I'm not going to do like an instructional video where you're being technically correct about every single thing and we're following an outline. But I want to do these videos because people do watch them. I want to make them short and quick, and it's just things just bouncing off you guys and things that's coming out of my mind, coming out of my heart, and coming from my experience. Okay? So that's why a video will be like this. Okay? So I've said that, and let's get right into it. So solving the cleaning riddle, or the cleaning business riddle, how you can basically be successful and follow certain things, and you're going to be fine. Anybody can do it. There's no respect of persons. But we got to start with the basics. The very, 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 very basic, the fundamental, the foundation that you will build your business upon is going to be you. Okay? It's going to be you. Now, some of you will build it to where you are managing others to help you with the business, and some of you will build it to where it's just you. So whatever you decided to go, that's your choice. You can be profitable either way. Those are different business models, so I'm not getting into business models. I'm just talking about concepts and ideas and characteristics and skill sets and thinking, your thought process. So we're talking about those things. This is what this series is going to focus on, okay? So, and also from my experience and experience of talking to others and seeing others function and so on and so forth. So it starts with you. Always remember, it starts with you. You have to take that seriously, that it starts with you. And one of the characteristics that I've noticed amongst cleaners that's in the cleaning business, and those that have been successful and those that have not been so successful, and those that are just kind of hanging on by a thread, or those that are in the gray area, and those that are just at the top, and those that just the full spectrum. But there's characteristics of those that I would deem to be the top of the business, the cream of the crop, the most successful at it, those that people look up to. There's one characteristic that is constant amongst those. I've traveled to learn from others. I've taken classes. I've traveled across the country to take a class or to be in a conference or to learn from others. I've done it here in Atlanta, at home. So, and there's one constant that is the same amongst all of those, whether they're teachers, whether they're actually working physically in the business or they're managing people. And this probably can go across the board for many entrepreneurs. But one characteristic that you got to have, and one thing that you know that you got to have, is the ability to work hard. The ability to work hard. See, some people think they're working hard, and I learned this as an athlete, and I've taught this as a coach to athletes, and I've practiced it in my own life. See, you don't know how to work hard until you feel like until you're thinking about quitting. See, if you don't get pushed to the point where you're thinking about, this may not be worth it. Do I really want to give more than what I've already given? Do I want to give more than what I've already given? See, then you get pushed to the point where you're thinking about, man, I don't know if I want to do this. You're thinking about quitting. You're thinking about giving up. You're thinking about changing. You're thinking about leaving it alone. You're thinking about, man, this is not worth it. And the ability to push through that, the ability to work hard through that, is the ability to work hard. Is the ability to work hard. So you got to look at yourself in the mirror. Is there anything that you've worked hard at? Is there anything that you should have quit, but you didn't quit? You kept going. Is there anything that you should have gave up on, but that you didn't give up on, but you pressed through? Is there anything that you just held on to, that you did all that you could do to stand? You did all that you could do to hold on. You couldn't move forward. You couldn't move backwards. You couldn't move to the left. You couldn't move to the right. All you could do was stand. And you stood. And you stood through it until you was able to make a step forward. That, to me, is the ability to work hard. One of the major complaints that I've talked to some manufacturers or some dealers or some suppliers, what we call them, when they sell these truck mounts specifically, is I would talk to some of the owners and some of the installers, and they will all say, guys get into this business and don't realize how hard a work it is. Whether you're on that phone, whether you're passing out flyers, whether you working on your website, whether you're paying somebody to do it and you got to go out and make the money to give them the money to do it, if you're cleaning carpet, whether you're on the wand and you're wanding, if you're in a 20,000 square foot building and your helper called out sick or your employees didn't show up and you got to get it done, or if you're cleaning a house, or if you're pressure washing and you got 5 more houses to go and you're tired after the first one, whatever cleaning that you do, whatever you do, and you start off and it's rough, but you pressed through it and you stood firm. But if you have not had that experience, if you have not endured anything like that, if you're not sure, not just be a hard worker, but can you work hard? Can you work hard? Nobody's going to say they're not a hard worker because everybody feel like they push themselves. But the truth is, most people don't know how hard they truly can work until you go up against somebody, until you go up against another organization, until you go up against the market, until you go up against the customer, until you go up against whatever you're facing that day to overcome and to hurdle, and that situation outworks you. Or it tests you. So, we have to look at ourselves. I challenge you. This is just one aspect. You want to get into the business? Do you have the ability to work hard? Whatever it takes. You do it physically, intellectually, socially. Sometimes you got to be up at night. Sometimes you got to run to the office. Sometimes you got to be thinking. I remember when I first got into coaching, will be up at night. I will be thinking about it in the bed. My how I'm going to set my system up. What could I have done better? What are the weaknesses in my system? What are the weaknesses in my program? It was just a constant thought process. You know why? Because I was a hard worker. Because I worked hard. I was passionate about what I did. And I live by the principle that no matter what I go up against, you're not going to outwork me. Another man is not going to outwork me. Another system is not going to outwork me. Another situation is not going to outwork me. I'm not going to get outworked. I might be weak in some areas, but that's one area that I know that I'm not going to get outworked. And no matter what I do. And so that is a habit. It's a practice. Because it's said in athletics that fatigue makes cowards of us all. And what that means is you're not a good player because you do well in the first quarter. You're not a good player because you do well in the third quarter. But what separates the greats, the great workers, from those that are okay workers, from those that are just athletic? What can you do in the last 5 minutes of the game when you're tired? What can you do in that overtime? What can you do in that double overtime? When you got one foul before you're disqualified, and you're exhausted, and you're cramping, and you're hurting, and you might be slightly injured. What do you do in those moments? Do you come through, or do you quit, or do you lay down? Some of the best people most talented people that you'll find can't work hard. They're talented, but they don't have the ability to work hard. So if you get into this business, focus on it. Check yourself, do a search, and if you don't have it, find a way to get it. Read about it, study about it. Because if you train your mind, if you train your thought process, if you focus on it in your heart, then when that time comes that you've got to work hard, at least you have the knowledge of here to know that, wow, I got to get through this. I got to press through this and I can do it. Because one thing about working hard, once you press through certain levels of hard work, you always know that you can go to that level. You always know that you can go to that level. You will never doubt yourself again. That's the beauty of it. You go through it, you only got to go through it one time, because the next time it comes up, it's just a piece of cake. So, guys, gonna cut this off. That starts the series of solving the cleaning riddle, the cleaning business riddle, and you guys have a wonderful day. And let's get out here and have that characteristic in us that nobody's gonna outwork us. You have a wonderful day.